In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how to do a chest fly on a cable machine. Now, firstly, what I want you to do is I want you to find these single handle attachments, and you're going to pop them into the carabiner of your cables on each side. Now, firstly, the cable chest fly, of course, as the name suggests, works your chest. And there's different variations of this. So we've got what's called a low to high chest fly, a high to low chest fly, and this is in the middle of both. This is your medium chest fly in this exercise demonstration. I'll cover both of those other variations in separate videos. Now, firstly, how do I know that this is in the right position for me? Well, I want the cable to be just below my chest or in line with nipple line, and I've got to then make sure that both are exactly the same in terms of height. So I've got to bring this one down. I'm going to pop the pin out, comes all the way down, and it fastens into place. Now I've got both of these cables in line. I'm going to just quickly check that I've got the weights appropriate. So one, that it's not too heavy, and two, that I've got the same amount of weight on both sides. If you've never done this before, start off with the lightest weight possible, get your form and technique, and then you can progress the weights from there. There's two different stance options, so I'm going to put my hand in both of these handle attachments. What I can do is I can have a staggered stance like this. I'm slightly leaning forwards here. I've got one foot in front of the other, or I can have my feet together. Now, neither's right or wrong. They're both just different styles of the exercise. Again, in this stance as well, I'm slightly leaning forwards. I've got my elbows below the position of my shoulders. And then what I'm going to do from here is chest up, looking up, coming straight in. I've got a slight soft elbow. So there's a very slight bend in my elbow as I'm coming in and back out. I'm coming in line with my chest. I'm not coming too high. Of course, it'd be exactly the same with your staggered stance variation. And you'll notice here I'm not too far away from the machine. So I've not walked all the way out. This means that when I'm done with my repetition, as opposed to me having to walk back or awkwardly fling the weight back, as soon as I come into the range where I'm done, I can always just put the weights down. So I can take my hands out of the handles, put the weights down on the cable machine, and I've not got to walk back. I've not got loads of resistance that's pulling me back if I walk too far forwards. Another thing to bear in mind is when you're doing the repetitions, let's say, for example, you're getting to the stage where you're trying to complete your repetitions and you're not too sure where to come back to. So on the camera, if I do a side-on view, as I'm coming back, the elbow is slightly beyond the position of my shoulder, but it's not all the way back. So if it's in this position, what's going to happen is you're going to start to use your shoulder first and then your chest second. So because this is a chest exercise, when we're coming back, we want to come back, really lengthen and fully stretch out the chest, but we don't want to come too far where then the shoulder starts to come forwards and we start to then get a shoulder pain or a shoulder niggle. So you'd repeat that for your desired amount of sets and repetitions, and that's how to do a medium shoulder fly on a cable machine.